Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy.
I am.
You are.
We are back.
You're back.
I keep saying we're back, and
we're gonna continue the hobby talk, but we're also going to. We've got a Jim Beam bottle and bonded 100 that we're going to.
Jim Beam 100 proof bonded Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, bottled and bonded. It's got the stamp. If you don't know what that means, Google it. We've talked about it several times.
The bottle and bonded just means there was a state official there to make sure that
it was
everything
government
was on
regulated.
It's government regulated.
Yeah. How it's made, how it's aged, how it's bottled.
Yeah. Everything is for a bottle and bonded is government regulated.
Now, you have said time and again that you are not a fan of Jim Beam.
I am not.
Variations of
I'm not a
what
fan.
I would call common whiskey. Jack Daniels.
I'm not. I hate Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
God, I hate Tennessee whiskey.
Which that's one of the more popular whiskeys.
And I've only had Jack Daniels that is, your standard black label. You go and you pick it up for 15 or 12 or 10 or free because they can
it's like
just
20 something now.
They can give the shit away because it's so bad at a liquor store. I don't like the standard Jack Daniels. I'm not a big fan of regular old Jim Beam. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh no, you need to give it." No, it's not. I'm not a big fan of that. Like I don't like. I hate Fireball. I don't like Jim Beam.
I so bad want to bring Fireball on.
I have a bottle.
Do you really?
Yes. It was a gift. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like cinnamon.
If you don't like cinnamon, Fireball's not going to be.
No, so I don't.
That's like when you hate mint.
I like a cinnamon roll. I do not like hot tamales.
That's not candied
I don't
cinnamon.
like Big Red. I'm not a fan of Fireballs. That you
cinnamon
like the
rolls
candy.
are not, or cinnamon as a spice is not the same as candied cinnamon.
I don't like candied cinnamon.
So
I'm not a big fan of the Jim Beam, the standard Wild Turkey, or
I don't
Jack
think
Daniels.
I've had Wild Turkey.
You whatever the cheapest bottle you pick up.
It's a run-of-the-mill whiskey.
Russell's Reserve, that's from Wild Turkey. I like Russell's Reserve.
Never had it.
I didn't like. Yes, you have. I didn't like the club pick that we had.
Oh yes, now I remember.
That was not good.
No,
but the other bottle I had was great.
So let me read off the bottle here real quick. It says under the title Legacy, it says Jim Beam. Bonded is a pre-prohibition style bourbon with a 100 proof flavor and a hint of oak spiciness, making it the perfect mixer in any classic American cocktail. So they're saying on the label, this is a mixer.
So you shouldn't even see that.
And we're about to drink
me to some bullshit right now.
Which I did not expect. It says the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897 declared a level of playing field for bourbon distillers. I'm reading around a curve, so I'm kind of stuttering.
That's fine.
One distiller,
it's no worse
one
than
distilling season, and true. 1 in 4 years of patience. One bonded bourbon is a masterclass in still and expertise. The ultimate test of your trade.
All right.
So this right here says on the label it's bottled and bond, so it's not just Jim Beam. It's 100 proof, high octane, and it says it's a great mixer.
And that's the part that worries me when they put
on the bottle
that it's a mixer. I don't have high hopes for it. Now I'm going to say that, and I'm going to be like, "Oh, I really like this." Blah, blah, blah.
You might.
When you put that it's a great mixer on a bottle,
right? When you put it on your label, that it can't stand on its own.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like Jim Beam regular is a great mixer. Wild Turkey is a great mixer. Jack Daniels, can I get a Jack and Coke?
So for this bottle, you're looking at about. For this bonded, you're only looking at about $29-$30.
And you know what? I'm done with looking at prices for things because Ancient Age 10.
Yeah, you're paying for
is fantastic
for a 750 milliliter on that. You're paying like $15, something like that. For a handle, you're paying $25.
Right. So I can't look at the price.
I like that.
I can't look at the price of what it is and say, "Oh,
I
that's
recently
be
saw
awful."
a handle of that and also passed on it, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. So, all right, let me, because you've had this.
I have had this. And you're giving it a taste. You give it a sniff. You're making faces.
Oh, damn. That's hard.
It's high octane.
Holy
He's holding his nose. Now,
wow.
I've had this, but I've not had it neat. I've had it on the rocks. And when I put stuff on the rocks anymore, I kind of let it mellow for a couple minutes.
My eyes are starting to water. It's not. It is strong. Like,
is it?
It is not what the what Bourbon Pursuit would call it is balanced. It's not smooth. They hate the word smooth.
Yeah.
And
Bourbon Pursuit?
And yeah, the Bourbon Pursuit. So it's a bourbon podcast.
Oh, I haven't listened to that one.
Dude makes mention of them a couple of times. Where
I heard him say that people hate the word smooth.
We can't call it smooth. We have to call it balanced. Fuck you. It is either smooth or this shit.
Why do people get so hoity-toity over that crap?
Who gives a shit?
Man, come to the Buckhorn podcast. You know what? We will use whatever language we freaking feel like.
It isn't soft. This shit's hard.
Is it hard?
Oh,
all right, I'm going to give it a taste. What's it? What did you get on the nose? Because you smelled it first, and you didn't say none. You smelled it and then just took a sip.
I get like a caramel tapioca kind of.
Oh, I didn't think tapioca
smell on the nose.
You get the ethanol. You get
the ethanol.
It's kind of clearing my sinuses.
I hope so, because this whole thing's going to clear your whole body. You're going to drop 20 pounds just by taking a sip.
I feel skinny, Tony. Who?
Right?
Who?
Diesel's looking at me like, damn.
Diesel's smelling it. Now,
he smells it. He's like, shit, that's hard.
It's not the hardest thing I've ever had, but it's harder than I expected.
Whoa.
This tastes like corn whiskey.
Yeah.
It almost tastes like straight moonshine to me. But it's got the oakiness, so I can tell it's been aged in my teeth. I don't hate it.
It's just
you're putting a little water in. I'm going to do the same.
I'm gonna.
It's 100. Now again, it says it's.
I can see the water
proof.
Like falling to the bottom and staying there.
It does tell us it's 100 proof, so it's high octane.
Good Lord!
It tells us it's a mixer.
I mean, it's a mixer. There's no doubt about it.
I think this would be decent in a cocktail.
This is a mixer. Like they weren't shitting when they said, "Oh, it's a mixer." Like, there's no drinking this straight. Oh, the look on your face.
I don't know if water helped.
It opened it up.
Yeah.
Like, it still has
You know what, though? I'll tell you this. I feel like getting in a fight now.
Yeah,
I'm ready to hit somebody. Like,
Jesus.
This right here is fighting whiskey. That's harsh.
Oh,
I've had some, but not like that.
God. That is so... I've still got like half an ounce or like an ounce left, and I'm just like, do I have to?
You don't have to.
But I won't. I don't like waste.
But you're not going to pour it out.
No,
so
I don't. I don't like waste, and I don't.
Let's give it a donut ranking here real quick, because we got a lot to cover in a short time to get there.
I tell you, on the smell, I love the smell of it.
It smells great,
it smells fantastic. On the taste, it makes me like I cringe. Like, I'm like,
you kind of want to fight somebody, don't you?
I want to, yeah. It does that thing where it tenses up your body, and then you just want to throw a punch.
Yeah, exactly. If you are a soch or a greaser, and you need to get into a brawl with the other gang, or you're in West Side Story, get you some Jim Beam bottled and bond 100 proof, and take a couple swigs for the fight, because you will be fired up.
If you're a shark or a jet, you're going to be.
This is, and props to anybody that got my Soch and Greasers reference, but, man, I don't hate it though, because it makes me feel good.
I like it.
Like, I'm in a good mood now.
I'm just like, oh, like that first, it's like, I'll tell you what, it's like when you go in for surgery. And they hit you with the first shot of your anesthetic, or your anesthesiologist hits you to kind of mellow you out. This is that opposite of that.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say this is that. No, this is not. Like,
this is the opposite.
Pumped right now. I'm ready to go to a football game. I'm ready to fight somebody.
Because we're going to hit hopefully the part 2 of this Hobbies.
And be done with it. What do we rate it?
Done with it.
How many donuts? This is less than $30.
I'm not going to buy it.
Readily available anywhere.
It's readily available. I'm not going to buy it. I can't.
I'll bet this will be good for a night of making love.
No. I want to punch Liz in the face.
I just picture you guys on an anniversary date. You chuck this back. She comes out ready to go, and you just deck her.
I mean, Not that I'm like advocating domestic violence, but Jesus,
But I would abuse my wife
Christ.
physically.
This makes me want to, like you said, hit
I'm
somebody.
worried about your wife and kids when I leave.
Son of a bitch.
It makes you want to fight, don't it?
It does.
This, for the first time ever, we took a sip of something on the show that made us both want to get up and like, I feel aggressive right now.
I do too, but
I'm ready to hit the gym.
Like I'm ready to run into a wall head first.
Prove it.
No. Because then I gotta fix
We
that
will get
shit.
so many hits. I'll fix it.
Oh, I don't want to
Headbutt
do
a wall.
that. No, I'm done.
How many donuts?
I'm giving it a 2. I can't go out and buy it again. I like it.
We didn't buy it the first time, so win-win for you. But you wouldn't buy it.
But I wouldn't buy it. I can't advocate going out and buying it unless you really want to get into a fist fight later.
I'm giving it a 3. I would buy it again because it makes me feel good. I want to now.
Well, all whiskeys make me feel good. This just makes me like it excites me,
dude. We took a sip and just had fun.
We did. It was. You know what? I'm gonna bump it. I'm gonna bump it to a 3.5.
But you went from 2 to 3.5.
I know.
Yes.
But I am not going to recommend going out and buying this unless you want to feel like super energetic and just be like.
You've rated this higher than some better bourbons.
I have.
But it's, dude. We both took a sip and instantly. Just a sip. We're not even like
I know
slamming this stuff.
This is so weird.
It's a weird feeling, ain't it?
It's a weird feeling that
you went from 2 to 3.5.
Oh, damn it! I hate myself.
This is a benchmark episode.
It is.
Oh my goodness! I'm staying at 3, but I can't believe you.
It's a neurological medication.
It's
the more sips I take, it just makes me feel like
this will get you fired up.
I can take on the world, like Pinky and the Brain style. Take over the world.
This might be bad because you might go out and trying to fight a cop or something.
Where? I live in the.
Not you. I'm talking to our listeners.
Oh God.
Not you.
I hope so.
But the fact that you went 2,
happens, send a video,
and then 30 seconds later went 3.5, and you want to headbutt walls. I think this is the best bourbon we've reviewed. It's not the highest rated, but it might be the most fun.
It doesn't even taste bad. It's just hot.
It's very hot. It's harsh.
It's hot.
With a mix.
Harsh.
You know what would be bad is if we were making whiskey with
and I will say
Coke.
The letting this sit with the water in it mellowed it out a little bit. Like it's not as harsh to me now.
You're right.
It had to sit for a minute.
But I still want to fight you. Or anybody.
I don't necessarily know that. I want to fight something.
Probably not you. We're pretty good friends.
Like a bear.
I will. Yes.
Or a tiger.
A whole pack of coyotes that attack Diesel.
Like, I want to fight an animal.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We're going to go fight the coyote pack.
Anyway, let's get on to Hobbies. You give it a 3. I give it a 3.5. I can't recommend buying it. I like it, but I don't. Like, I hate it at the same time.
You give it a 3.5 out of 5 and then said, don't buy it.
Don't fucking buy it.
Dude, everybody buy this, take shots, and tell us what happens.
Say how you feel. Don't even take a shot.
You need
take
a picture of it, too. Yeah, take a sip.
I'll get a photo of it. Okay. So
impressive results.
It is super impressive.
Good job, Jim Beam.
We left off with furniture making on our last episode for this. So I'm going to read off like the next 10, and then we'll just kind of blow through it.
Yep.
Gardening and backyard farming, genealogy, glass blowing, golfing, hiking, homebrewing, horseback riding, hot sauce making, hunting and shooting, interior design.
And again, these are off the list of 100 hobbies for men.
These are 100 hobbies for men.
If you're looking for something to fill time, aside from work and listening to Buckhorn podcast, here's some ideas.
Yeah. So these are ideas. And we're looking at this as it relaxes you, but it's also manly at the same time.
Right.
Not womanly or kidly or kid-friendly or anything else.
It kind of makes you feel like, as a man, I've done a manly thing and I feel good.
I've accomplished something.
It's like I hate mowing. Anytime I mow a bad yard, I go, man, look how good I did. And I feel good about it.
See, I love to mow because for me, that's 2.5 hours of sitting on my mower, listening to a podcast or music, and I'm just relaxing.
Well, and it's different depending on where you live, how you mow.
Right. I have 5 acres.
The example is any job that you do that's a daunting task or more daunting as you make it more daunting than it is. But when you get done, the finished product is, holy crap, look what I did.
I want to hit you. I just took a sip.
We're going to fight.
We're going to fight.
I will hit you right now.
Fighting is relaxing.
Yeah, I think gardening.
I like gardening and backyard farming.
I think it's awesome.
I think
vegetables. It's a good pastime.
And that's something that I'm trying to do
for your future.
I'm trying to do a garden this year.
Do it.
I want to do a raised garden though. Like
Yes,
I
Save your back.
I need it up off the ground.
Even though my granddad was 103 and he had what he called a tiny, he literally said, I have a tiny garden. It was an acre.
Yeah. And I'm not looking to do anything
farming over
crazy.
100. But yeah, gardening is fantastic. I think it's a great hobby.
I think it's a great hobby. Genealogy, we've talked about it before. And as far as genealogy goes, as I've looked back through things, there is a huge gap between grandparents, great grandparents. Like, supposedly, the rumor is with my family that everybody with the last name of Martelle, an original last name of Martelle, all came from one guy.
Yeah.
Charles the Hammer Martelle, Frankish ruler in the 800s, who was son of Pippin the Short. Who?
Okay.
Well, no, because this one's gonna.
I used
this
to watch
one's gonna blow
Pippin
your
Longstockings when I was a kid.
Well, this one's gonna kind of blow your mind. The father, or the son of Pippin the Short, was Charlemagne.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So that's where things kind of start. Like, I for whatever reason that just hit me the other day as I was listening to something. They were talking about Charlemagne. Charlemagne is son of Pippin the Short, who is son of Charles the Hammer Martelle.
Ooh.
Right. So, and my last name is Martelle, although it is not spelled the same. The theory is that anybody that comes with the original last name of Martelle all came from the same lineage. My last name is Martelle. I am an ancestor of Charlemagne, who may or may not have existed according to what you research. So genealogy to me is stressful. That is not a relaxing hobby.
Yeah, I would get deep into it. I love knowing about my heritage. I know for a fact I'm a direct descendant of a full-blood Cherokee Indian that I've met. That was now I'm talking distant. I'm talking a distant relative of my grandpa. But I met a full-blood Cherokee in my lifetime that I am related to. But I get so involved in it that I would be researching forever. I want to spin the tube, send it off, and them say, yes, you are this, no, you aren't that.
And I've done that.
You did.
I did it with 23andMe.
But
it doesn't tell you anything.
Well, I just had a cousin through marriage, so I'm not blood related to this person. That did it and said she did it through Ancestry.com.
Okay.
And it gave a different. So I did some research. 23andMe, their biggest focus is when you want to find out about family health traits.
Right.
Where Ancestry is more about where did you come from, who are your ancestors.
You know what?
So,
I'll be willing to buy an Ancestry to see what happens with that one.
We should both do an episode.
We can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more than willing to spit out money for an Ancestry.com. I did 23andMe
with my family. It'd be more like Ancestry.com, but
well, that's the Circleville in you.
That's the Kentucky in me.
Well, 23andMe was the only one that actually did anything when I did it. I did it 7 years ago.
I was going to say you've done it a long time ago.
A long time ago. Anyway, all right, moving on. Glass blowing.
Yeah, give or
golfing.
Take.
Golfing anybody can do. I don't see that
that's not mainly necessarily.
No, you're just going out with some buddies.
I golf in a league now. It's fun. I'm not great at it, but I wouldn't say that's like.
I might get back into it. It depends on how my back feels.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of twisting, and I do a lot of twisting anyway, just to keep my back like after this surgery, kind of mobile.
Right.
That's a lot of twisting. Hiking. Anybody can hike. I've taken my girls out hiking. They hated it. They complained the entire time.
But some girls love it.
Some girls love it.
Now, when I hiked, I used to hike when I lost
hiking
the weight
is relaxing, though, because you're looking at nature.
Is. And when I hiked Mount LeConte up and down on the same day.
Mount LeConte?
Mount LeConte in Tennessee. It's one of the highest peaks. The cabin we stay in
It is always one of the highest peaks.
It is. I hiked all the way up and down in the same day.
When you hit the
7 hours
clitoris summit, ooh boy.
Well, the cool thing about LeConte is somebody made a lean-to one time. They'd hike up, hunt, blah blah. It turned into all these cabins that have lanterns and wash basins, no electricity. Twice a week, an alpaca team takes up supplies. You can reserve a spot up there, but you have to hike up and down. There's 5 trails. Some are shorter but more steep and treacherous. Some are longer, more relaxing. But I loved it. I like hiking. I wouldn't say that's mainly. It was relaxing when I was fit. Now, if I tried that,
you'd be dead.
I went up in 4 hours, down in 3, and loved every minute. I would not make it to the halfway point of the bluffs right now, of Alum Cave Bluff Trail.
So speaking of that, because we only got about 10-ish minutes left in this show.
We're not going to make it.
We're not going to make it.
Part 3.
We're going to do like a part 10. I had challenged you a couple weeks ago to do like fasting.
You did, the intermittent fasting.
And how did that work for you?
I forgot about it.
All right, great. All right, moving on. Home brewing, never tried it. Something I want to try, never tried it. I also want to try winemaking.
I know a guy that homebrews and started growing his own hops here in Ohio.
Well,
that's impressive.
That's impressive.
That's next level.
That's some next level bullshit.
I want to make mead. It's easy.
Honey,
water.
I want to do wine. I have glass carboys. Like, fuck that plastic shit.
Yeah.
I have access to about 20 glass carboys.
That's pretty good.
My grandfather used to do it. He's got all these carboys.
The Mafia one?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Well, no, I don't have a Mafia grandfather.
Oh, no. The Pretty Boy Floyd.
No. Other side of the family.
Okay.
He used to make his own wine. I have all of his carboys.
Oh, nice. So these are like original.
Like, these are glass carboys, probably lined with lead, and I'm fine with that. But I want to try
your
glass
wine.
Yeah. So, all right.
You're French, too.
I am French. Oui,
Bet you make great wine.
Martelle, Charles the Hammer Martelle he was French. And that's all, it's all French. We're all Frenchies. Horseback riding, anybody can do that. I don't know that that's so much relaxing, because if you get a horse that's...
Yeah,
if
you don't know what you're doing,
horse,
yeah.
You get a horse that doesn't have a temperament for your bullshit, you're getting thrown on the ground. Like, and if you're afraid...
It can be a hobby for some people.
It can
it's not
be, but
a hobby for the masses.
No. Hot sauce making, never tried it.
Same thing. It's not for the masses.
That's not for the masses.
I know one guy that's done it, and he doesn't do it anymore.
Hunting and shooting?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. I love it.
That is for everybody, but that is a
I don't
manly
call it a hobby.
type thing.
The shooting is.
The shooting
the hunting,
is.
I
the
do
hunting's
for food.
not a hobby.
When
That's
I hunt, I eat what I kill.
Right.
Period.
You don't shoot something just to shoot it.
No, I don't.
You hunt it and you eat it.
Yep.
Okay, let's try to fire through the next couple of these. I'm going to read off a lot here real quick. Interior design, investing, journaling, knife making.
Yeah.
That's you. I don't see that as like that. That's a you thing. Like, you're in the forging. That is stressful to me because of the heat and everything else that's going on.
It's hot, but dude, there's something relaxing about heating up steel and beating the crap out of it. And then when you get done and say, it's kind of like the mowing a great yard or growing something. I did this. I love
like I'm in for the get this part. Like, I did this.
Yeah. But the whole process.
It's the process.
It's hard.
It's
much harder than it looks like on Forged in Fire.
Right.
I'll tell you
like
that.
that's the part that
it's very intense.
I don't want my hobbies to be super complicated.
But I get that.
And forging seems to be a complicated process of.
It definitely can be.
Like, that's for certain people.
I love it.
Like you. All right. Learning a new language, leatherworking.
I like that.
I like leatherworking.
I don't have time for it. I wish I did.
But I don't have time for it. Listening to music, I don't think is a hobby.
That's just something
you are literally sitting down, putting on and I'm going to...
It's relaxing.
I'm going to go with this. It's a record.
Yeah.
And you are
I have
listening
a record player.
to the music.
Yeah. I would probably fall asleep if that's all I was doing.
That's same here. Live theater, marathon running.
No.
Hell no.
Terrible.
Martial arts and boxing is not relaxing to me.
No, that's not relaxing.
Like, I define like I said at the beginning of the show, I define a hobby as relaxing. Getting hit in the face is not relaxing to me.
I still remember elbowing you in the bicep.
God,
when
that was awful.
You were just walking up while I was having a conversation with somebody else, and I instinctively threw up a defense.
And I was like, God,
and you just took an elbow to the bicep.
Bitch.
It's one of my favorite memories of us.
Yeah, that's not relaxing to me. Men's clothing, meditation and men's clothing.
What's the men's clothing?
Shopping.
No.
Like I like to, I like to go shop. I don't like to go shop for clothes.
I hate shopping.
Oh no, I don't hate shopping.
Antiquing I might like, but shopping just to shop.
Yeah,
if I go to the store, I'm like, okay, I want to make this. I'm going to go get this, and I'm done. I went out of there. I do not spend more than 20 minutes in the store if I can help it.
Well, see, shopping is different for me. Like if I'm shopping for Legos, or I'm shopping for electronics, or I'm shopping for something else, I'm in.
We just went to Legoland,
but.
Screw people. I got a story. It chaps my cheeks about that for another episode.
Fuck people. I'm with you on people.
Remind me of that. But
all right.
I don't like shopping.
Let's see.
Metalworking.
Men's clothing. Metalworking.
That's the same
model
as
crafting.
Metalworking is like forging, but also like welding. I like that. Model crafting. Model crafting can be annoying.
That's a lot of airplane glue.
Yeah,
like
it depends
model
what you're
glue and getting high
into. It does. You definitely get high because it's always in a basement.
Motorcycling, I'm.
That's transportation. I don't know if that's a hobby for me.
For me, that's not a hobby anymore. That's a death sentence.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. I can't get behind motorcycling as much as I like to look at motorcycles. And I wanted a bike.
I still do.
I can't do it anymore because my dad died in a motorcycle accident. I can't do that.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I just can't. Mountain biking and cycling, fuck you. Mountain biking.
Yeah, you suck, Garrett.
Different. Like I used to mountain bike all the time. You're on a closed course. You're not impeding traffic. Yes.
Those mountain biking videos you can find.
Amazing.
I don't have the balls for that anymore.
I have the balls for some of that. I have half a ball to do some of that.
I have a half a ball to buy a Walmart mountain bike and ride in my backyard.
I used to drive up to Alum Creek from basically Broad Street and 270. I would drive to Alum Creek every weekend and mountain bike.
To the trail up there?
To the trail up there until I broke myself. When it got to the point where...
That'll do it.
I walked in with my mountain bike and I had a major crash. Luckily, I was wearing a helmet, or I'd probably have some severe brain damage.
Good thing you don't have that.
Right, because I already have that. Even more so, I had a huge crash. I took my bike down, like bent rim. I walked in there like, what the fuck happened? like it wasn't even a what the hell happened. It was like, what the, like I bent, the stem is the part that goes through like where your handlebars are. They hit the fork.
It goes down to the forward.
I bent that stem in the casing. And I bent it on my pelvis when I hit a tree.
You effed it in submission.
I broke my dick on the stem of my bike. And they had to put a new stem in. They gave me a new fork. And then I never really went out again after that because I hit that tree at speed. I was coming down a hill, took a turn, and I hit that tree when I bunny hopped over a creek right into a tree. Like I fell down. I had to walk my bike out of the woods. It was awful.
Ugh.
But I am still a fan of mountain biking. I am not a fan of cycling. Kiss my ass. Mountaineering, painting, photography, paintball, pipe making, pipe smoking, playing an instrument.
I've done all three of those. That's me.
Mountaineering doesn't seem relaxing to me. I'd be stressed about the falling part.
Well, mountaineering could be.
Painting, not a big fan of painting. I've done it. I had to do it for art classes in school. Photography, I love. Obviously,
yeah,
my Instagram is
I don't know if that's like something I think
photography.
manly. That's a
It's
great
not
hobby.
Manly, but
All
it's
around.
a great hobby all around.
For men or women. Same with painting. A lot of these are gender neutral, honestly. But,
they are. So the let's see where we're pinball and arcade games. I play video games. You were here when you showed up originally.
My first 20 minutes here is watching you play a game.
I'm like, I can't stop it because I literally can't pause the game.
Yeah, you're like, I can't save here. I got to keep playing. And I just watched.
I got to keep playing. So pinball and arcade games I'm into. Pipe making.
Pipe making is great as a hobby, but if you're not going to make money at it, don't start.
Okay.
It takes money to make money. I started pipe making. I started chieftain pipes and knives before I came chieftain forge.
Okay.
I left the pipe making behind.
It's hard. I mean,
it's like woodworking, but it's very intricate work. And if you're going to make money at it, it takes a ton of time. You can start cheaper. When I first started, I literally was using hand rasps and and files and hand sanding. And my first pipe I ever sold was 100% done with hand tools, no machines, no electricity.
See, I couldn't do it. I would want to do it more as machine work.
And
like,
yeah,
just to speed
now,
things up.
A lot of the machines I work for knives, especially knife handles, is the same you use for pipe making. But for me, I had to choose where do I want to put my time.
Where's my cleaver? I don't care.
I had a belt sander fire. It's cold out. Trust me, I'm so far behind on that crap.
I don't care.
Pipe smoking.
But pipe smoking is the next one.
Now, cigar smoking, while I've seen a few women smoke cigars, I've seen no women smoke pipes.
I've never seen a woman. I have my dad's pipe.
I've got probably 12 to 15 pipes. And one of my favorite quotes, I looked it up because I saw this coming, says, "The pipe draws wisdom from the lips of the philosopher and shuts up the mouth of the foolish. It generates a style of conversation, contemplative, thoughtful, benevolent, and unaffected." There are so many pipe smokers throughout history
that are smart,
that have said phenomenal things. And here's the thing I've told people.
I like big butts.
I cannot lie. You other brothers, you cannot deny. And
when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face,
you get sprung.
Right.
So with pipe smoking, now I smoked, I had my first Swisher Sweet when I was 11 years old. Sorry, Mom.
You were Lexi's age when you had your first Swisher Sweet.
I was. Sorry, Mom, if you're hearing this now. I had my first cigarette at 15. I got to where I was smoking a pack a day or more. Right. I quit at 25, 26. Pipe smoking's different because it forces you to slow down. It's more of a hobby because you have to pack a pipe to light to smoke it. It's definitely more relaxing. But I would say pipe smoking is one of the most manly hobbies you can have.
Absolutely. I will absolutely agree with that. Let's see. We got playing an instrument.
Love it.
Poetry. I'm in for an instrument. Poetry, poker, racquetball, reading, renovations, robot making, all rock climbing.
Both genders do all those very well.
Yes.
None of those would say just manly to me, but all great hobbies.
Poker, I hate to lose money, so I don't do poker that often.
I said a few episodes,
and you just
I had to walk away because it wasn't my night.
Reading, I am not a reader, so
I'm not either.
Renovating,
shocker.
I don't have the money to renovate. Like, I would love to have the money to renovate because I would bulldoze this house and renovate a new house behind it.
That's not renovating. That's a building.
Is that what that's called?
If you bulldoze this and build a new house, that's not renovating.
Robot making, I just think of like Robot Wars.
Yeah, me too.
Like
same thing.
And that's a huge. I would say that's manly as shit.
Well, there's a lot of women in it.
I know there's a lot of women in it, but that is just
that's a good manly hobby.
Like that, like building things is relaxing to me. So being able to build an electronic.
Especially if you win. Like you destroy somebody else's robot.
Beat the shit out of somebody else's robot. Rock climbing, that's just mountaineering.
I know an equal amount of women as male rock climbers personally.
See, rock climbing to me is just mountaineering or bouldering. And I love bouldering.
Yeah. Mountaineering
you're tethered to a line. You've got ice axe, essentially. You're climbing up a thing. Rock climbing, you're tethered to a line.
When I think rock climbing, though, I think of scaling
and you're climbing a cliffside.
I think of scaling big walls.
To me, it's the same. Mountaineering is just the ice version of rock climbing.
Well, mountaineering doesn't have to be icy, but yeah, I get
it doesn't have to be, but that's the way I equate the two. Sailing, scuba diving, sculpting, skiing, surfing, survival and prepping, and swimming. I love to sail. I've never been sailing. I went to a Christian church camp every summer from the age of 6th grade to graduation, so 11 to 18, and I sailed every year. That's where I learned to sail. Little sunfish, love to sail. Liz and I went on a honeymoon. I took her out in a small catamaran.
A honeymoon?
We had two. We went out on our second honeymoon. First honeymoon was in Pittsburgh. The second honeymoon was in St. Lucia.
Okay, hold on.
She had never been to Pittsburgh.
You went from Pittsburgh to St. Lucia for honeymoons.
Well, right after our wedding that weekend, we went to Pittsburgh for the weekend. I'm so
sorry. That's like going to Cleveland for your honeymoon.
Nah, Pittsburgh is so much better than Cleveland. That's
not saying a lot.
It is, though. Have you been to? When was the last time you were in Pittsburgh?
It's been a while, but I've been there.
Cleveland is a fucking dirty shithole.
It's only a step up from Detroit.
Right.
I give you that.
Pittsburgh's
a step up from Cleveland.
No. Pittsburgh has cleaned up their act. Like, everything with Pittsburgh is clean now.
I think we talked about this last year.
We've talked about this
when
before.
you went on the
Pittsburgh is
pick
clean.
your location.
Right.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's clean. Like, they're not the dirty shithole that it used to be. It's still a very gothic
Pretty sure
city.
Hell's Angels runs the drugs through there still.
The Hell's Angels run drugs down 33.
All right. So anyway, I took her out on a small catamaran when we were in St. Lucia. Not in Pittsburgh? You didn't sail in Pittsburgh?
No, I wouldn't sail on any of the rivers in fucking Pittsburgh. Fuck that. Almost hit a diver because he was off his marker.
Nice.
Yeah, way off his marker. When he popped up, I had to,
should have hit him.
Well, he dove back down.
Divers are the cyclists of the ocean.
Pretty much. Which gets us to scuba diving. Fuck you guys.
I think that'd be fun. It
would be fun.
I've not scuba dived. I've snorkeled a lot, but not.
I've never done either.
And if you haven't seen Ralphie May's snorkeling bit, hilarious. But
I haven't done either, but just almost hitting a diver because his pin was 200 meters away from where he should have been.
That's way too far.
That's way too far.
My biggest fear of scuba diving out that far is there's a bad movie about it, which Ralphie May talks about. Going down, coming up, and where's the boat? And you can't see land. You don't know which direction to go.
It is water. I mean, we could see land from where we were even sailing, but
might be different if you're in the water, though.
I looked over and I saw his marker 200 meters that way, and he pops up here. I'm just and I almost hit him, and he has to dive quickly because I'm coming in hot. Yeah, we're not stopping. Big boat has the right of way.
I like big boats.
Big boat always has the right of way.
Cannot lie.
So we got sculpting.
But what kind? The
it
chainsaws,
just says sculpting.
The chainsaw carving
sculpting,
in the trees.
That's different than
chiseling out of stone.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's pretty manly.
That is. This doesn't say. It just says we just have sculpting. I'm not clicking on any of this.
Yeah,
to jump to what is. Skiing. I'm not a fan of snow in cold weather, so I'm not a fan of skiing.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem relaxing to me.
It can be.
Yeah,
Some people like it. We don't. You and I.
That seems stressful.
But same with surfing.
I don't want to hit a tree.
Rip
surfing.
Sonny Bono.
Absolutely. I'm in on surfing. I would try surfing. That seems relaxing. I'd try it,
but I don't think it's something I'd get really into.
Survival and prepping. That doesn't seem like a hobby.
That
seems like survival.
No, but yes, but the whole survival shows, the Outvian that I went to, it becomes a hobby because you get into the mindset of learning the skill, learning trades, learning tricks of how to survive, and then you go to these events where they teach you skinning, trapping, hunting, fishing, fire starting.
But hunting, we already declared was not a hobby.
We didn't declare that. We said it was a manly hobby.
It was
we did for food.
We did it for food. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a hobby. Hunting to me is not. That's not relaxing.
It is to me because the hiking into the woods, the wading. I am generally very lax when hunting. I haven't been hunting in 20 years. So I have been. I would say hunting is a good relaxing hobby for me. It may not be for everybody, but the same thing with the. You changed screens on me, so I don't know where I'm at.
I did. All right.
Where were we at? Survival and prepping.
Survival and prepping.
In the situation, it may not be a hobby, but doing the events, if you got nothing else going on, you and your family, I know a single mother with a daughter that got very into hiking, survival prepping, doing the events, going out, staying in a hammock or a tent, which is camping.
Right.
Which we talked about, learning the skills. I'd say it's a good manly hobby.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it because that just seems like survival.
Yeah,
survival
in
doesn't
the
seem
situation,
like a hobby.
Survival. If you just say survival,
zombie apocalypse is coming. I gotta survive. What a great
that's
hobby.
not a hobby.
That's not a hobby.
This is fun. I feel relaxed.
I love scavenging for canned food. Anyway, swimming.
Recreational activity.
Recreational swimming.
Exercise.
Yes. No.
It's
all right.
I don't know if it's a hobby.
Let's fire off the next here and finish up this episode. Tennis, thrifting, traveling, urban farming, photography, vinyl record collecting. Jesus.
Easy for you to say.
I know, right? Volunteering and mentoring.
Vague.
Watch collecting, weightlifting, whiskey tasting, whittling and carving, winemaking, wine tasting and collecting, woodworking, and yoga.
So tennis is that could be a good hobby.
It could be a hobby, but
not for me.
It's another expensive hobby though. Rackets aren't cheap.
Beth and I used to play tennis when we were before kids for exercise. We got $20, $25 Walmart rackets and played. That was fine.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'm thinking
like competitive tennis. No,
I'm thinking
but then it's not a hobby. You're
like
going after
$120 rackets.
No,
and
we
shoes
never paid.
and the skirt.
No.
Like I'm going out there wearing a tennis skirt and a t-shirt.
I wore like Fila shorts and whatever shoes I had.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Thrifting
thrifting?
That's like antiquing.
Yeah, that's like antiquing.
You go try to find someone at the thrift store.
I love traveling.
Traveling, that's a good hobby.
I don't like driving where I'm going,
but it could also
be it's
affordable
relaxing
depending.
Yeah, it's relaxing. Like our President's Day weekend, there was a lot of travel from here to Dublin and here to downtown.
Yeah,
I like that. Urban farming,
that's bullcrap.
I don't believe in urban farming.
Farming is not a hobby.
Farming is a necessity.
Sean and I worked on a farm together for 2.5 years. It was all Amish style. We bought implements like manure spreaders and
you're
mowers.
not allowed to have most animals 600 birds in the city anyway.
Year. No, there's urban farming is a raised bed garden like we talked about earlier.
This should say urban gardening.
Yeah, that's
not
different.
Farming. Videography.
Videography?
Yeah.
You just made a new word.
I did.
Videography?
No, videography.
Oh, okay.
Videography.
Like photodiography.
Yeah. Yeah. Videography.
Same as photography.
It's same as photography. It can be relaxing. Like I like picking up my camera, going out and take photos.
Or videography could be really creepy.
It could be if you're standing outside with someone's window.
Don't do anything illegal.
Vinyl record collecting.
That's a good hobby.
It's a hobby. I don't know that I would find it relaxing.
But I know people that do. I know one guy.
I'm sure that there are people out there.
1,000-something records. He's bought and sold and flipped and made money.
But this is between the two of us.
Well, if you're asking my opinion, I don't get into it.
Right.
But that don't mean it's not one.
No.
I don't get into a lot of these.
All 100 of these we can't say is not a hobby.
Yeah.
It's just not a hobby to us.
It's definitely not to me. Manly or not, that's gender neutral.
Volunteering and mentoring. Like, I like going down to the food pantry and packing up boxes when we do it for work.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to do it on my own.
I have done volunteering and mentoring so much over the years, both for work and for just because, I think it's good to help those that need help.
I will agree
I will
absolutely agree with that.
I've been in a place where I've needed help at different levels. That's a different discussion. I'm talking volunteering can be something. So here's when Huck and I go for our walks in now we have the whole family. I take a 5-gallon bucket and a little $5 picker-upper grabber claw. Huck calls it his robot claw from Rural King, and I pick up trash while I walk, just like you have right there. Not the same, but very similar. And to me, that's volunteering to clean up your neighborhood.
That is.
So there's different levels.
There are different levels.
I guess that could be a hobby. Is it manly? I think it's pretty manly to volunteer and to mentor.
Yes.
Now so Huck's birthday was within this month. We've done several different things for him. One of the things we did on his birthday, he wanted to go play at a playground, but it was freezing cold and raining. We went to McDonald's where they have play place, and this guy came in with a kid. The kid was white. The guy was black. Didn't know him from Adam. Didn't know their relationship. But the more they interacted, and Huck, they sat at the table next to us in the play place while they ate and while we ate, and Huck got to play with this kid. It kind of seemed like he was part of like a Big Brother type program.
Right.
I could see that as a good hobby, that this guy was volunteering and mentoring.
Yes.
This young man played with Huck, because I told Huck they'd started talking some. The kid showed Huck, I got this video game system. They played together on it, and when Huck wanted to go play tag, most of the kids weren't playing with him, but this kid kept sitting at the table playing his video games. I said, why don't you ask that kid? And they started playing tag, and then the kid fell and got broke and smacked his face on the tile floor. But
it's all
long
Huck's
story
fault.
short, I'm a terrible father, and my kids suck.
Well, that's all right.
But but I could tell this guy was taking time out of his day
to do something
meaningful. To help a kid
Yeah.
that needed some kind of a grown
Doesn't have
male
a
presence.
father figure in his life.
It became very apparent very quickly. Beth and I both looked at each other and we didn't say a word, but we knew this guy was doing something great for this kid. I think that's very manly. That's one of the most manly things you can do is to volunteer and to mentor.
Yes, I will agree with that.
Hands down.
Watch collecting? Hell no. That's expensive.
Recently had somebody talking about wanting to buy a next car and he likes the flash and he's talking about this watch versus that watch and I said your phone tells time.
Yeah.
Watch collecting's nothing but flash.
That
period.
That's a wealthy person thing.
It's nothing but showing off how much money you have.
Weightlifting? Absolutely. I love that as a hobby. I do it on Mondays.
Yeah, great hobby.
It's a hobby. I mean, it is.
It is. You're right. It can be relaxing. It can be stressful, but it's like for me. So for you, weightlifting is for like me foraging.
Yes,
it's physical.
It's very physical,
be very frustrating at times, but it releases those
toxins,
that energy, the toxin. Yeah.
Yep. Whiskey tasting. We do it on this show constantly.
All the time.
That's a great hobby.
Great hobby.
Whittling and carving. I love this.
I think it's same as wood.
It's sculpting.
It's kind of like metalworking.
Yeah, it's sculpting or metalworking.
Yep.
I love to make a pointy stick and then just poke people with it.
More. Okay, hold on. That's called a shiv.
No.
Thing.
Long. You just take a branch off a tree and you whittle it down just to a point.
That's called a spear, and that is very okay. I almost said something else.
Wine making.
We talked about that.
We talked about already.
With the beer making.
I want to do it. Wine tasting and collecting. I'm not into collecting wine because I drink everything just like whiskey.
I'm not big into wine.
I like wine. I like all three. I like wine, whiskey, and beer.
Yeah, I'm not big on wine.
I want to get into rum. I don't give a shit about vodka. Gin, I'm up in the air about.
A good gin and tonic's not bad. But
I haven't had a good one, so I don't know. But wine tasting and collecting, I don't collect. I drink. I'm a wine drinker, not a taster.
Yeah, you guys provided me with a lot of corks at one point.
Yeah,
for a project.
Woodworking, absolutely.
Same as the furniture making.
Same as
furniture.
Talked about that. Woodworking and furniture making and whittling all fall under the same category for me.
Yeah.
Yoga. I'm up in the air about yoga.
But
yoga
is you and
relaxing.
Me, yeah. Yoga is like weightlifting for other people, not us.
Right. I'm
as flexible as a 2x4.
It's not about flexibility. Yoga is about the getting into the position and being able to relax while you're in that position.
I like getting in positions.
Right. So I like 69. I like missionary. I like doggy.
I was thinking recliner position, laying flat bed position.
Oh, you're on a whole different level than I am.
You're talking about relaxing.
I'm like ass down, face up position.
Oh.
Ass down, face up. That's the way we like to.
I think you said that backwards.
Did I?
Poor Liz.
Face down, ass up. Doesn't matter.
Poor Liz.
Just get your head in that pillow.
We're doing so good with this episode.
I know. So anyway, yoga. That's the last one.
We went through 100. 3 episodes.
We got through the 102 episodes.
Was it 2?
2.
I thought it was going to take 3.
I thought it was going to take 3 as well.
All right. We rushed.
We rushed through.
This is going to sound so bad.
We did like 20 in the first episode and like 70 in the next.
That makes 90.
Which leaves 10 extra 10 extra categories we didn't cover.
We
skipped a bunch of we skipped probably about 10 titles throughout that whole thing, which makes sense now. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Instagram.
Don't buy the Jim Beam bottle and bonded unless you want to fight somebody. Randy and I still haven't fought yet, but it doesn't mean it won't happen.
Feel like you and I might go out and fight somebody else.
We might go.
We're pretty good friends.
We're going to tag team somebody.
We might tag team somebody. I will challenge Brandon and Jimmy right now. I'm going to text them.
Fuck, they'll kick our ass.
They will. I mean, destroy us.
Brandon.
You got to take Brandon.
Yo, fuck that. No. Anyway, you can shoot us an email at buckhornpodcast@gmail.com. I will be at True Fit Athletics all week. Come and see me. I don't know why I said that.
That was so random.
Whatever. It's like being at a comedy club. I've been asking random questions that are stupid.
Right.
When I'm at the gym, I'm like, Johnny, watch this. I'm going to ask a stupid question. Can we split snatch that? You said we could only power snatch or we could squat snatch, but can I split snatch that?
I know some of those words.
I get Jimmy and he goes, shut up. I've been coming up with some questions. So anyway, that's it. I'm Martelle. He's Randy. Check out Brave Browser, and we're out. Pinkies
Peace.
up. See ya.